We have a lot of people who have charisma, they have character, but they don't have competencies. Look at what it means. Even though Esther took time to be trained by Mordecai, she was trained for several years by Mordecai. God knew she would be king. God sent her to a priest first. Mordecai was a priest, to build her spiritual capacity. Because the throne of Persia was not built on the principles of God. These were idol worshipping nation. And God knew that if Esther came to that throne without preparation, the gods of the Persian kingdom will crush her. So God began to build in Esther competencies first. Several years ago, if Mordecai said, let us fast, Esther will be asking, I am fasting, am I a prophet? One day you will know that when God says that power is the necessity of every believer, you will know it goes beyond being a priest that stands on the altar to minister. Of course, there is priesthood of all believers, where every believer is a priest. So Mordecai had to train Esther. Esther was trained, but not to be a queen. Esther was spiritually trained, and all the characters that were quintessential for her to become a queen, because God wanted her to become a queen. God sent her to a gate man to imbibe in her the character of humility and the character of loneliness. When Esther was done, it was time to come to the king. She needed a costumier. She needed someone to train her on how to walk. That last part of the training Esther got is called competencies. That one is skills. If you don't have skill, you cannot kill. So Esther had to put on a perfume. Esther had to wear a particular kind of clothes, and Esther had to walk a particular kind of walk. If you watch it, the chief of the eunuchs, they set them apart, and Esther got special training before she came out for that contest. But look at where the challenge is. A lot of people are trying to major in the minor and minor in the major. The major is that supernatural part. Because even if Esther shows up with competency that is maybe 60%, because she carries charisma, that is the amplifier, she will get the job and the throne before someone who had the skill 100% and no charisma. So the spiritual dimension is the first part of wealth. That's why I told us that the principle of spirituality is the first principle to operate before you can become prosperous. Because there is a connection between God